So you've been hustling and you've been grinding and you've been doing everything you can humanly, but you are still not in a place where you want to be. And this is because you're overlooking a very, very, very crucial aspect of life itself, of how you function as a human being, how your mind functions basically. So, this is a topic which most of the people are, when they're hearing it, they are kind of suspicious about it and they're thinking this is some spiritual boohoo. But this is a core element of the universe, in fact, and this is the very topic of the subconscious mind and the mind. How does it work? So imagine two parts of the mind, and I would like to come up with a metaphor here. So imagine that there is a ship, and our minds basically have two parts. And so there is a conscious mind, and there is a subconscious mind, as you might have already known it. And so coming back to our metaphor, our example with the ship, there is a captain who is up and pretty much giving the direction to the ship. He's the captain, he's giving the commands. And there's a crew who do not see the direction, they are just taking the orders. They do not know where they are going, but they are taking the orders and they are feeding the engine pretty much. And so with this metaphor, in this example, the conscious mind is the captain. And so whatever the conscious mind says, whatever the conscious mind goes, wherever the conscious mind wants to go, the subconscious mind follows. And this is how it works, folks. Whatever you're saying, whatever you're perceiving with your conscious mind, your subconscious mind will follow it. And so if we would like to live with some examples, if you say that I'm healthy and I'll be living 100 years, then you will be living 100 years. If you're saying that you're dead broke all the time and with every single conversation with other human beings, and this is also your self-talk, then guess what? You are dead broke. If you're saying that something's wrong with you all the time, then of course something's wrong with you. Because this is how it works. Your conscious mind has the ability to reason, and your conscious mind is pretty much the filter from the world, like what can get inside you. Because we are very, very deep creatures and we do not really understand what is going on here. Like deeply, fundamentally, we do not understand how the mind works. Because as you might have already known it, there is maximum 5% conscious mind and the other is 95% is subconscious. And so what does the subconscious mind do? Like, how does it work? And so that part of the mind is doing your breathing pretty much. This is all of your lower functions. You do not have to think about your heartbeat. You do not have to think about your breathing. This is happening automatically because, as I told you, the subconscious mind is the operator. So whatever is happening, your heart is beating, you're doing you're breathing, you are doing your habits, you're doing your activities, and this is covering pretty much all of the biological and spiritual and deep mental levels of you. So these are the ideas basically here. So this is how this whole mechanism works here. So your subconscious mind is the operator, and this goes down to the biological level and to all the spiritual levels. So for the biological level, it automates your whole system, your whole immune system. It automates your whole biology with, you do not have to think about breathing, as I told you, or you do not have to think about like, okay, like I have to pump my, blood flow because, otherwise I would die. And so there is a deep, deep, deep connection inside us, and we are these creatures. Like this, there are no separate parts than like biological and spiritual part of ourselves. Like this thing is a whole. For example, what you eat will determine how you feel, and how you feel will determine how you think, and how you think is pretty much, in some case, at some point, is your whole being. And this vice versa, guys. This is the whole thing. So if you want to truly, truly understand it and grasp something with this subconscious mind, I would like to come here with a pretty practical example. So, for example, what your subconscious mind does is you are learning a new instrument. For example, you're learning how to play the piano. And so in the beginning, you will have to consciously learn every single movement, how you use your finger, how you use your first finger, your second finger, and how you will use the instrument as a whole, and how fast you will do it, and how you are playing certain chords, and how you are doing certain improvisations, and so on and so on and so on, and how you play and sing at the same time. And all of these things will become automated after time. This will become automated after time. And so what is happening here is, from your conscious mind, first you are learning and reasoning from your conscious mind, and everything what happens here in your conscious mind will come down to the subconscious level, will be bedded inside you pretty much. And this is true, again, all for your mechanical movements, all for your habits, and this is true for all your physical habits, and all of your mental and all of your spiritual habits. So this is as true to your thoughts and to your self-image, just as for your physical habits. For example, like how you're brushing your teeth, or how you're playing an instrument, or how you're even tying your shoes, or how you're sleeping, and how you're talking with people. So all starts with the conscious mind. And so the conscious mind basically, like this is how you're pretty much creating your reality, because, and this is again connected, but you can control the conscious mind at this very moment. You cannot control your subconscious mind. So how you can change this whole thing up, because this is vice versa, and this is like a loop. So what you can do and how you can do this is, you say that, okay, now I want to become rich, or let's just take a more approachable example. I want to lose weight. This is a very, very approachable thing for most of the people, unfortunately not. But let's suppose that you will start building this mental habit and this mental image of yourself that, okay, I want to lose weight. And so now you are talking with everyone that, yeah, I'm losing weight, I'm fit, I'm getting fitter, I'm this person who is fit. And guess what? Your subconscious mind will learn it, and after a while your subconscious mind accepts it. And when your subconscious mind accepts it, this will be embedded in you, and this is how it comes back and reflects back to your whole life. So basically your subconscious mind will be shown and will be manifested throughout your emotions or throughout your senses, and this is pretty much your subconscious mind. And this is how you're governed by your subconscious mind. So for example, when you're thinking that, okay, I'm a fat person and I'm a fat fuck, then guess what? When you should have some activities which would drives you towards a different direction, which would require you to get into a different place, which would be, habits of a healthy person, for example, exercising, you will just somehow feel drawn. You will just not feel drawn towards that. You will just somehow will be sabotaging yourself. The same thing when you trying to become wealthy. Every single time when wealth is on the door, you will do something. You will get sick, or you will just refuse it, or you will like something, you make up some bullshit story. And this is the thing, like you do not even you do not even really get this whole thing in your life. And the same thing with me too. I'm a human being, and this I'm talking from first experience, first-hand experience. So this is what is happening. Like every single time you would like what you would like to do on a conscious level, if this is not embedded in your subconscious, then every single time it will be sabotaged. Because why? Because you have your emotions and all of your we are all the time making decisions on an emotional level. And we are making a decision on an emotional level, and after that we are rationalizing it. And this is a scientific fact. This is true, guys. Like you can also meditate a lot on it, and you will understand it physically, and you will understand it but also this is like a scientifically proven fact. So if we're coming back how this whole thing works again, then let's suppose that you want to become wealthy, and every single time when, let's suppose you're building a business and you're still in this mindset that, okay, I'm not wealthy and I cannot do this and something is not good. Every single time when you have an opportunity, someone comes to you, someone offers you something happens, you get sick, you will come up with a bullshit story, you will figure out that, maybe I just want to become an artist, I do not want to become wealthy. Something happens all the time, and you just bomb that opportunity, but that opportunity is given to you, you should just take it. Or the same thing with, let's suppose, relationships. I do not have enough people in my life, etc., etc. I'm a lonely person. Yes, of course, because guess what? When you're thinking of yourself as a lonely person, then guess what? How you will be feeling? You will feel like, let's suppose that you're a workaholic, and I'm talking with first-hand experience again. Every single time when I'm not working enough, I'm feeling like I'm not good. And again, my feelings are governing me. This is how human beings work. And I do not go out with people. I turn down, opportunities, and I will have less and less and less opportunities to meet with people, which will lead me to more and more feeling like this, and more embedding this whole thing inside myself and accepting this thing as my whole truth. And this is so deep, and this is so important, man. You have to understand these things, because this is an overlooked thing, and this is so important. Because how we humans work pretty much is on a deeper level, and this is philosophical. This is philosophical, but how I perceive it is that we as humans are trying to make a higher order, and therefore our subconscious minds and our whole thing is trying to make a higher order. So this is how we are pretty much making an order out of ourselves, like building up systems in ourselves. And building up these systems we do not have to think about them, and coming up with higher and higher levels of order. And this is pretty much the manifestation of the life on the highest level, on planet Earth at least, how humans work and how humans are. But coming back on a pragmatic level, what you have to understand is you have to control your subconscious mind too, and you can do it only with one approach. You have to auto-suggest. You have to suggest to yourself. How you can do that